After 15 years battling bipolar disorder, Mariah Carey is publicly sharing her story for the first time. In an interview with People magazine, she says she was diagnosed in 2001, but only just recently started seeking more aggressive treatment. Bipolar disorder affects an estimated 5.7 million Americans. Joining us to talk more about this is 11 Alive medical correspondent Dr. Sujatha Reddy. We talk about that 5.7 million number, but that's only diagnosed. There could be many more battling this. What exactly is it?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what we're talking about is bipolar, which it's a mental health disease. And what we think it is it's a mood change. The brain actually fluctuates from super highs to super lows. People with this may experience these manic episodes where they're in these up moods where they're almost out of control, but then will also fluctuate down to depression where they're super down, and that is the bipolar concept.
And when Mariah Carey came out publicly to speak about this, she was specific, saying she has bipolar 2 disorder. Is that a subset? Many people have not heard about the distinction between bipolar and bipolar 2.
You're exactly right. So we talk about bipolar 1 and bipolar 2, and it's a little bit simplistic to say bipolar 1 is the more severe, but it kind of is. And what do I mean by that? Someone with bipolar 2 isn't going to have as severe in the up episodes. The mania isn't going to be as severe as someone with bipolar 1. But in bipolar 2, the depressed or down episodes can be as severe, maybe even more long-lasting. Someone with bipolar 2 is less likely to need to be admitted to the hospital as an inpatient for those up episodes. So the up episodes are less severe in bipolar 2.
We have a family friend that it was an incident as a teenager that he felt triggered his bipolar disorder, and he always wondered, why me? Is there a risk factor? Are there people who are more susceptible?
Well, as you mentioned, there are about 5.7 million Americans who have this. We have a graphic of this. Most people are diagnosed in their young adolescence, usually around age 20, definitely by age 50. Most people that have that will have had their symptoms. But one risk factor that we do know about is if you have an immediate family member with bipolar, you are at higher risk for having it. So there are some risk factors associated.
And finally, this is so important that Mariah Carey did this. It causes the conversation. It helps break down some stigma. What are the symptoms? So someone might say, I need to help someone I love get help, or maybe I need help.
And that's exactly what happens. It's usually someone that's close to the person that notices this odd behavior. So the symptoms we're looking for, and we have a graphic of this as well, for the manic episodes, you're going to see things like the person will talk completely disjointed. Their sentences may not make any sense. The ideas will go back and forth. They may act very agitated, very irritable, and they may engage in what I'm going to call risky behavior. They're going to do things like spend money they don't have, possibly gamble out of proportion to their income, and do things just out of character. For the depressed episodes, what you'll see there is someone who says nothing is fun anymore. They're always sad, and they may even have thoughts of death and suicide.
All right, important to keep in mind. We'll have more resources on 11alive.com. Thank you so much, as always.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.